What's up, YouTube? We're gonna take a look at another prediction check, the 9th this time, and we're going to begin by introducing this new format with little animations I recently learned how to do. Now, our first prediction on the chamber board is that Kimi will retire at the end of the season. It's beginning to seem unlikely, but we don't know yet. 4 different teams winning races. We have wins from all 3 top teams and no one else, with Mercedes having 5 wins, Ferrari having 4 and Red Bull having 3, and it's unlikely anyone else will win, but it's still technically possible. Honda, good races, bad races. We've had this one ticked for some time, apart from, you know, the chamber ticking it on his side, since Bahrain 4th place, brilliant, and China, where they crashed into each other. Yeah. Tick mark for that. 15 cars getting engine penalties so far. 12 have had grid penalties relating to their engines. So 3 more and we get the point. So far only half a point. McLaren did not ruin the orange livery, and Red Bull have had the same livery as the last few years. Next prediction. You may remember that time where the Halo found itself in the spotlight in Spain.
This time, due to it actually doing what it was designed to do, protect a driver's head. During the race, Nisei Fukuzumi's car collided with and launched onto Tadasuke Makino's car and rode up alongside of it before coming back down. The incident didn't look like much, but the evidence borne by Makino's car gives an idea of what may likely have happened to his head
had the Halo not been there. Therefore, it was a success, but with a little bit of controversy, so we have the point. IndyCar hasn't officially adopted the shield as far as I'm concerned, and the super hard tire has not been seen, and with only the Abu Dhabi track yet to be announced, it's very unlikely. We saw the hard tire in Silverstone, which is a half point, and Liberty Media did overcompensate on grid kills in a way that admittedly does spice up the pre-race show by adding that now famous intro. Of course, neither the grid girls nor the grid kids can be seen, so both are good point. The MGOH eliminated. Some teams, including Mercedes, are beginning to say that it's a bad idea, so it's beginning to seem possible that the MGOH is eliminated. Bottas is still P4 in the championship, behind Hamilton and both Ferraris. So, yeah. With the bad luck he's having, it's not difficult to see why. Red Bull definitely will not sign Fernando Alonso, since he recently announced that he will be retiring at the end of the season after 4 terrible, horrifying seasons with McLaren. But Red Bull will, however, sign Honda. In fact, they already did, and Red Bull Honda will definitely be a thing starting next year. Fernando Alonso did, of course, win Le Mans, the 24 hours of Le Mans. In fact, I saw the entirety of the race and it was absolutely amazing. That was long ago, but point is, we have the point. 1 new race winner. Chamber, of course, doesn't like this at all, but I am counting Max Verstappen as a new race winner because it's the first time he wins without the Kvyat boost. As you might remember, we previously thought that Max Verstappen could only win if Daniil Kvyat was demoted from somewhere. That didn't happen, so for me that is a new race winner. Vettel outscoring Kimi 2-1, not even close. The rate is 1.29 and Kimi Raikkonen is being extremely consistent. Red Bull finishing second, that's going to be pretty much impossible. Ferrari is pretty much set to be P2 behind Mercedes. Williams finishing 7th or worse is pretty much guaranteed at this point. They continue to be the laughingstock of the paddock. What can you expect? Yeah. And rubbish red flag, we had that in Monaco.
But the session was red flagged after 25 minutes due to a loose manhole cover. With the clock still ticking, a handyman was dispatched. Wielding his trusty welding rod, he repaired the errant drain and the cars returned for the final 50 minutes.
That leaves the Chamber board with a total of 9 points out of 25 so far. And let's move on to my predictions board with another 25 predictions, starting with Little Cross, because I got a like in a tweet from WTF1, so even though that did not appear in the internet's best reactions that have a point, no one has come out of the closet, and Fernando Alonso did not explicitly make a reference to his resting fit from long ago, but he did manipulate a TV camera in such a position that is close enough for me to count. Sue me if you don't agree. And as for the top list pictures, let's do a little recount of them just to see our progress. We had this photo from Esteban Ocon, but he recently uploaded this one to his Instagram, which I think is even better, so we're counting that one instead. Lewis Hamilton uploaded this one from Tommy Hilfiger, but yeah, we're instead counting this one where he appears all natural in his coffee-colored beauty. Pierre Gasly changes from this one to that one taken during the summer break, which is a lot more beautiful, and Daniel Ricciardo still keeps the same one, and so does Lance Stroll. You may remember we elevated this one to a 4 point when he held fastest lap in Monaco for more than half the race, and for the first time ever, Matthew Gallagher's boyfriend has uploaded a photo with his shirt off. That means we have all 100% of the points, and with all the sub-tick marks checked, we can just eliminate the small tick marks and replace them with a big tick mark for the 4 point. The Russia joke, of course, Force India in Canada, of course. And Kimi was not exactly thrilled to not have his drink in Hungary.
You forgot to connect the drink pipe.
Yes, confirmed.
Is the drink? Is it on now? Okay, I'm not.
We forgot to connect, Jimmy. You will not have the drink, sorry.
Is it on or not? The drink?
No, Jimmy.
No.
No, you will not have the.
No. It says switch on or not.
You mean the slow button?
No. Is my drinking? Is it emptying the bottle or not?
No, Jimmy. No. You will not have the drink.
Crashes in Monaco and Singapore. Singapore, of course, hasn't happened, but Charles Leclerc did cock up in Monaco in a way that's very much worthy of a goofy hula.
What is Leclerc's problem, and is Leclerc actually going to go for it here? No, he can't stop, and he has gone straight on into Brendan Hartley. You could see that was coming.
For a race without any DNFs, we go back to the internet's best reactions for the Chinese Grand Prix with none other than Leclerc's boyfriend, Matthew Gallagher.
Here we go. Holy they all finished. They all finished.
Technically, Hartley did retire, so that's a half point for us, and no one has been disqualified, even though some people should have, notably Romain Grosjean in the Spanish Grand Prix. You may remember that crash. And Princess Dressgate pretty much speaks for itself at this point. If you need any refreshment...
I'm so sad right now. Look at my nephew. Why are you wearing a princess dress? Is this what you got for Christmas? Why did you ask for a princess dress for Christmas? Boys don't wear princess dresses!
If that's not karma, I don't know what is. And for a non-native speaker of Spanish giving an interview in Spanish, that happened in Spain with none other than Felipe Massa.
Un gusto verte de vuelta en la parrilla como presidente de la SICA, además, ¿no?
Well, actually, as a friend, you know, como un amigo, estoy aquí para ver a los amigos, para dar un abrazo a las personas que trabajé por 16 años. É um prazer estar aqui, uma situação completamente diferente, não no coche, pero fuori para ver la carrera.
¿Cómo ves la carrera hoy? Y una palabra sobre el momento que vive Williams, que a ti también te debe doler un poco verlos tan mal.
Penso que vai ser uma carreira disputada da Mercedes e Ferrari. Temos que ver o que vai acontecer no start. Penso que vai ser uma luta tra Mercedes e Ferrari. O momento della Williams não é fácil. Espero que podem melhorar e encontrar problemas e a solução, não, para fazer um coche mais competitivo. Não é fácil o problema, pero espero o melhor para eles.
¿Llueve o no llueve?
Talvez. Pode ser.
Gracias, Felipe.
Gracias.
We get that point, and for 10 races with a first lap drama, Hungary was the 9th, and with Belgium with a first lap drama, we win that point. So yeah, only one left before the point, so we're pretty much guaranteed to have it. We only have the half point so far, and you may remember that in Spain, Brendan Hartley was sent to the back of the grid for the second time. And he has been sent to the back of the grid a couple of times because of, you know, unreliability and the Honda engine parts having to be replaced. And Verstappen was driver of the day in Austria, as you may remember. And of course, he won his first race without a Kvyat boost. And the driver of the day score has not gone any higher than 3 so far. And by now the top is 3, and yes, I'm still counting Perez for Azerbaijan. Ocon on the podium. He hasn't been on the podium, but Perez very much has, and I'm counting that as a half point. Yeah. So for the Mexico Trophy, of course, the Mexico Grand Prix hasn't happened and we still have many months left, but we do know that it has to be one of those 4 people giving the trophy in order for that point to count as a full positive. No injury or death? Death, no, but injury, yes. Francesco Zigarini in Bahrain.
Mechanics have got to get themselves sorted out. Kimi Raikkonen in, and he will definitely...
Kimi Raikkonen out and has hit one of the mechanics.
That point has been cancelled for some time. Andres Manuel losing the general election. Yeah, he won by a massive landslide. And it's the first unrigged election in Mexico in which the winner wins with more than 50% of the vote. That's an absolute landslide for Mexican standards. Max Verstappen doing something stupid. Of course, the most stupid thing he has done has been China.
Where does that leave him on the way out?
Max! That was inevitable from the moment Verstappen decided to go for it.
We'll get used to the halo. Of course, we'll get used to the halo. In fact, we got used to the halo more strongly than ever after Tadasuke Makino's crash in Spain. You can't get used to it than that. 10 races with pit stop problems. So far, for some reason, only Azerbaijan has gone unscathed. With 11 races, we have had the point since the German Grand Prix. Yeah. Force India hasn't smashed into each other, and in fact, they've already gone through administration and the summer break without crashing into each other, so that's half point, and we already took the Mexican peso devaluating since the election. Yeah, and 19th of September gone terribly wrong. We still have to wait until a little bit longer than the Singapore Grand Prix. So, yeah. And that leaves us with 15 points in my prediction board for a total of 24 out of 50, one short of half. And originally the video would end here, but I want to introduce you to a new concept called a championship span, that if you run out, you can no longer be world champion. So far, with 9 races to go, the amount of points to be contested is 225, with Lewis Hamilton having 213, so everyone still has a span. But Sergei Sirotkin is about to run out with just 12 points in span, and Leclerc having 25, so he's at risk. And you can follow me now on my brand new Instagram, and thank you very much for watching.